Okay, so I'm recording now. Robert, thank you very much for agreeing to let me have a chat with you now.
Thank you.
Could you say what your name is and how long have you been a social worker?
My name is Robert Mtari. I've been a social worker for close to 7 years since I graduated from around 2011 from the Catholic University of Malawi.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes.
And what got you into social work in the first place? Why would you want to be a social worker?
Really, it was just out of interest because my parents really wanted me to be an accountant, but myself I realized that there were so many problems out there that I needed to help people. So I thought like maybe the best way that I wanted to make a contribution towards the country development was about me coming out and listening to people's problems and helping them. So that was even from my childhood thing. I saw people suffering from the. So I thought like I would make a difference. Then I didn't even have the theories. I just thought I would just make a difference.
Yeah.
Later on, yes, it's when I got in the degree program. It's when I realized that social work is not just about being sympathetic about people. It's about empowering them. It's about take a look at a holistic approach of a human being. So that has really helped me to become a profession I am today.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic. And you mentioned problems that you saw around you and you wanted to do something about that. What kind of problems did you see that inspired you?
Actually, in Malawi, the biggest problem is poverty. And poverty, the underlining of other factors like we see a girl child is not properly supported. I come from a family where a majority of us were men. We only had one sister, and we thought like she was struggling because she was not properly supported. And I thought those problems were structural, culture contributed. So I thought like maybe my sister struggled. There are so many girls out there who are also struggling. So I wanted to make a difference. That's why most of my social work has been with children and girls throughout my career. Children and girls, just looking at maybe I can make a difference personally.
Sure. Okay, thank you for that.
All right.
And what does a social worker, if you sort of tell me the life of a social worker in Malawi, what sort of things do you do? What does your day like?
Okay, I'll put things in perspective. Where I work, what a social work, all the laws that we apply as an advocate, an activist, an educator, a researcher. But in my case where I work, because I work with children, street children, I have needed to be a counselor because children are coming from really depressed situations and we have to bring the best. They have low esteems and the like. So for me, what I do, I use a lot of learning models, so to learn as well as unlearn bad behavior. So for me, that's just. But beyond that, we have to work with the community. So other social workers are there as community mobilization officers, and also at a higher level, we have to influence policy change. So we have activists, some social workers who are activists. But I just wanted to put things in perspective where I work.
So there's a lot of the sort of bigger picture that you can see in your role, that you're having an impact on a bigger level. What sort of things do you do on a day-to-day basis? On a very practical level.
All right. On a day-to-day basis, I have first of all to plan for my work. We do a lot of street outreach to try relate the children's problems with what services we offer. So I do quite a lot of street outreach, but we also do a lot of family visits because having a child found on the streets, there are two-way things involved. Could be push factors or pull factors. So we have to work with families to find out why is it the child found on the streets. So we do a lot of home visits, family supports, and then ultimately you want that child to be rehabilitated. So we have to do a lot of counseling. a lot of empowerment strategies, so that children can have the self-belief. Yeah, so on a daily basis, that's what I do as a social worker. Yeah.
And are your visits geographically, are they fairly well spread out, so you have to travel distance to get to the people that you work with?
Yes, the visit are a special organization in the southern part of Malawi. So Blantyre is a big city there. So we have to travel even more than 195 kilometers away from the workplace.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes, to just visit families and work with them.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yes.
And do you think you make a difference?
Yes, the approach, because what we're saying in social work is not just a chaotic process or a haphazardly arranged thing. It's a profession. So if I wasn't there as a social worker, I wouldn't really plan things the way they are. But because I'm a social worker, I'm able to plan and bring the best of a client who is a service user in this regard. Yeah, so I feel like without me, maybe some of these standards would have been compromised. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Robert, last question. What about the future of social work in Malawi?
Oh, all right. The future looks really bright because maybe I didn't say that. When we started social work in Malawi, I think there were a few schools, few social workers, but having partners like Dr. Simon and Dr. Janet coming in to just build our capacity, that already they're saying that they are ready to support us. And even the practical educators, they're also willing to say we're there to work with you. And then I feel like the service users ultimately will benefit, because we're trying to make sure that this profession gets the recognition that it deserves, but also that we save our people, the people that we represent, better. So I see from that analysis that we have a bright future. Yes.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Robert. Thanks for your insight.
All right. Thanks.
Much appreciated.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.